This is Arts Alive. I'm Lynda Philippi, and my guest is Ralph Kraft. Ralph is a stained glass artist who lives here in McMinnville, and it's going to be his second year on the Art Harvest Studio Tour. So welcome.
Well, thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
I'm glad you could come because I love your work.
Thank you very much.
Wow. Well, since this is your second year, obviously you're a veteran of the Art Harvest Studio Tour.
Yes.
Okay. So what did you think of it?
Oh, I liked it. You know, I liked it a lot. There was a lot of people came by the house, and it was enjoyable. Met a lot of nice people. And it was a lot of fun.
Great. Yeah. That's good. Well, obviously you must have liked it because you signed up again, huh?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
So, Ralph, let's talk a little bit about you and how did you get started in stained glass?
I started back in '74, and then I just did a couple windows then, and then I got busy with work, and nothing.
40 years went by.
40 years went by, exactly.
I totally get that. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I started when I retired, and just got into it real heavy, and I just like doing it. It's a wonderful feeling, you know, to have something finished and feel the smoothness of the glass and the textures of glass, and because there's a variety of glass and colors, so it's a lot of fun.
Now, so you always knew that it was going to be stained glass. That was your medium of choice right from the beginning?
Well, no, I tried a little bit of oil paint.
Did you?
Yeah.
Way back when in the 70s?
Way back when,
okay.
Yeah, but I liked the glass best.
So was it like a high school art class or something?
No, it was
just fooling around?
No, it was 74. I'm 75, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just something I seen an advertisement for. Somebody was giving a class up, and so I went to do the class.
Good for you.
Yeah, and
fun.
That's how I got started.
And so then, are you mostly self-taught?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So after a class or two, you kind of learn the basics, and then you take off from there.
I took off from there.
Okay.
Right.
You know, I always wonder, every time I see somebody do stained glass, and yours is beautiful, and I know you brought some images, one of the things I always wonder is, do you cut yourself a lot?
No, not really.
Really?
No. Once in a while you do prick your finger or something, but rarely do I ever cut myself.
Now, I know you brought some images, and so we can take a look at those when Paul's ready to pop them up, but I really liked one that you did where you took a photograph of your brother-in-law?
Of my brother-in-law, yes.
Yeah.
And then I made it into a lined picture, and then I made him into stained glass.
I think that's great.
Well, I just finished a commission work the same way.
Another portrait?
Another portrait. This couple, they came to me and asked if I could do a portrait of their 2 grandchildren.
Okay.
So they gave me a picture of one sea scene, or beach scene, and another beach scene, and asked me if I couldn't compile the both of them.
Meld them in.
Meld them in.
I like it.
And I had to eliminate the father and eliminate some things on either side, bring them together so it all looked like they were on one beach. And then they wanted it divided in half again so that when the children get older, one child could take the one of them and the other one could take the other.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So it was split, you know.
Interesting.
But right now it's all in one.
Wow. I mean, that's amazing. I think about how people in the olden days, you know, the old English castles that have paintings of their dogs and things. So, but I think stained glass is such an interesting medium.
It is.
In terms of portraiture.
It's hard to do portraits because getting the right proper colors. You're working with a glass, which is almost like a wallpaper.
Sure, sure.
You know, because some of it, yeah, there's my rooster. That was a whim.
I like it. Yeah, he's fun.
Yeah, there's the hardest thing about the rooster was the tail, making the curves. You know, that's,
oh yeah, glass. It's straight.
Right. It doesn't want to cut inside.
So how do you do that?
Very carefully.
I knew that was coming.
No, you know, I have a saw that I can cut tight inner corners.
Okay.
But I did that by hand.
A very sharp saw, I would think.
No, well, it's a diamond. They're all diamonds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and that's my rendition of Payne Stewart, and that was a fun one to do.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah. He's quite large. It's a good size.
Is it?
Yeah, it's about 36 inches tall and
Oh my goodness.
about 24 wide.
Okay.
So that's, yeah.
That's a pretty ambitious piece. How do you always work on them where they're laying down flat?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they're always.
So then
down.
you stand up and lean over it.
I have a high chair, and I lean over it and everything, and work on the glass.
Okay.
I do a lot of standing when I'm grinding and cutting. That's my Tahitian girl.
I like that.
I love her hair because
Yeah.
you can't really see it, but
I saw it in the book.
yeah,
Yeah.
the hair is it's got purples, blues, and blacks.
It's really pretty.
Yeah.
Now, did you do that just as a piece, or did you do that as a commission?
No,
or?
none of these here are
These are just
commissions.
artsy pieces.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where do you show your work? This is the brother-in-law.
That's my brother-in-law.
I
yeah.
love that.
Yeah. Too bad I don't have a photograph, but yeah, he's my cowboy down in California.
I like it.
Yeah,
I bet he loves that.
he does. He didn't know I was doing it.
Uh-huh.
I gave it to him, and he was really quite surprised. And
Yeah.
the family was quite surprised because it really looks like him. Yeah,
Yeah, the eyes and the cheeks, yeah.
yeah. And that's my laundry. That's Monday laundry, and I like that one there. She is so feminine with the flared skirt. And
The dress, it's pretty.
Wanted the wind blowing the sheets behind her, and the ribbon from her bonnet was blown off to the side. It's really a nice piece. It's very. There are 209 pieces of glass in the basket alone.
I was just going to say the basket is very intricate.
Well, I had an incident with the basket. I was blowing the air off. I had one of those aerosol cans that you use on computers.
Right, yes, I love those.
And so I was blowing the dust off because I was getting ready to solder it up. And I hit it a little too hard, and all those pieces went all over. So I just left the studio for a while and came back the next day and
Had to
redo. I had to
pick them up with tweezers or something.
I had to pick them up and find out every piece that went back there.
Oh my goodness sakes.
That's a blue goat. That's from the people who own the blue goat. They allowed me to take a picture of their goat, and I liked it so much I made that one there.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love it.
And that there is a sailboat that I seen, and the glass. I had to order the glass from back east for the sail. It's a what they call ice glass,
Okay.
and it looks like. And I wanted to get that ice feeling, that foggy feeling. In there. It turned out pretty good.
I like the crisp canvas and the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
How big is that piece?
That piece is approximately 26 tall and maybe about 19, maybe 20 inches
So about
wide.
like this by this, yeah.
No, it's about like
That's
that.
pretty good
Yeah.
size. So your work is fairly good size typically,
I have a hard time doing small things.
especially after that basket incident.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, that doesn't bother me. I do a lot of pieces that are small, but I can't just sit down and do a little tiny butterfly or I need something that's going to make me put some thought and some feeling into it. So that all mine are pretty large.
So Ralph, where do you show your work?
Well, I was lucky enough to have a month's show at the Artismal in Newburgh.
Okay.
At the wine tasting room. So I had my art there for a month, and now I'm going to be into the art harvest. But normally it's just at my house.
Okay. So if people can come see you on the tour, pick up a card, look
Right.
online, and get a link to your website and that sort of thing.
Right, correct.
Okay, good. So you're kind of by appointment if people want to drop by and take a look.
Right.
Is that-
Right, they'll give me a call, just like the last people did who wanted their grandchildren done. They called me up, and they actually got my name out of the last year's Harvest Tour pamphlet.
Yeah.
And so they called me. And I have another commission work to do where I'm doing one for these people's 50th anniversary.
Oh, how nice.
And they're a couple that they're walking towards the waves on the beach, arm in arm.
Oh,
you know.
oh.
So I'm going to do that for them, you know, for their 50th.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, so it's fun.
And are you showing alone in your studio?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm all by myself.
All right, that's great. So I guess we should go over the fact that the Art Harvest Studio Tour will be the first 2 weeks of October.
Correct.
From 10 to 6 each day, and buttons available at any of the artist studios.
Correct.
And the website is artharveststudiotour.org.
Right.
So information will link to you as well as to all the other artists
yeah.
and how to do it.
Right.
If there's anybody out there that doesn't know how to do it.
Right. Yeah. Right. I'm always willing to explain and show people how to do it.
So, my question is then, do you give classes at all yourself
No,
these
I
days?
don't. My
or-
studio's not big enough for that. No, it's cluttered.
Okay.
It's big.
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah, it's big enough for me and all my glass. And, but I can show maybe one person at a time, but I can't do a group.
And now I know that between the weeks, sometimes they bring the school kids out. Is that going to be something that you're involved with?
No, because my place is too
So
small.
small.
Yeah.
And the glass and everything. They
Right.
don't want some kids saying, "Oh, look at that."
Oh yeah, and that can happen. Yeah.
Right. Better that they dip their finger in a paint pot.
Right, exactly. I'd rather see them do that. Right.
Okay, so you'll get a little reprieve between the 2 weekends.
Yes.
And now, will you be working on a piece?
I'm going to be working on the 50th anniversary.
Oh, okay.
One. Well,
So people who come out for the tour can actually see the process.
right.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So I'll be doing that.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for coming today. It's
Well,
been
thank you.
a pleasure to meet you, certainly, and see your work. I really love it, and
Thank you.
best of success.
Well, thank you very much. All right.